So in this video, I wanted to take a quick look at the Zebra Fortia EM pen. This is part of the Zebra Fortia line. We looked at a few of them in the past, and basically it is a hybrid or emulsion based ink, and this is the slimline capped version of the Fortia. So you can see it's a very thin pen designed to be used inside notebooks and other sort of travel applications. It's all metal body and it comes in some very cool colors. I bought it in this sort of teal color, but it's also sold in a black, like a nice blue, like a navy blue maybe, a red, a silver, and that's it. It's definitely a very thin pen, all metal construction. Retail price for this one, as you could see here on the label, is 300 yen. You could buy them off eBay and some other sellers like that for about $6-7 shipped. It uses Zebra's EQ ink, so that's the emulsion ink, which is, as we've discussed at length, a hybrid ink. So capped, nice cap, limited branding. It does say, you could just make it out, Zebra Fortia right there. That is definitely a T, might look like two R's, but Fortia. Very streamlined, very thin, kind of one of those sharp, hard to use metal clips, but that'll be good for putting it inside a binder or the rings of a notebook. Inside we have kind of a pointy cone tip there. Zebra's EQ 05, that's a 0.5 millimeter emulsion ink. Very thin body, all metal, with no grip or embellishment of any kind. And then just a piece on top. So if you want, you could post, but it doesn't post like that, the way you would expect from the design. It goes down, which I actually like, was that when you're writing with it, the length of the pen is not super long. The pen is comfortable to use without the cap, but there's nothing to prevent it from rolling. If you want to change the refill, you just turn this section right here. This piece is metal, very nice. And we have Zebra's standard EQ refill here. So EQ 05. And that's the same refill you would find on some other pens like the Zebra, the Blend, which we've been talking about a lot lately. Yeah, so very standard setup, affordable pen. The thing to keep in mind is that there's no spring inside, so swapping refills is not very easy to do. You need to get something with a really close fit, but that EQ refill is excellent, especially in the 1.0 millimeter. Fit and finish of the pen is really good, surprisingly nice for, $3, and then also pretty good for $6. It is capped and it's very thin. So if you are not into thin pens, this is one of the thinnest pens you're gonna find, unless it's like some sort of specialty pen, like from Tombow or a really skinny Lamy like the Spirit. So just how thin is it? Here it is next to the Blend, which I would say is a normal size pen, maybe slightly oversized. Here it is next to this is a Zebra Z-Emulsion, which is kind of a more standard pen for day-to-day use. And here it is next to a Lamy CP1, which is a pen a lot of people criticize for being too thin for them for day-to-day use. So it is quite tiny. You can see the diameter is, I haven't measured it, can't find my calipers, but the diameter is in like the, I don't know, maybe the 6 millimeter range. I was not focusing very well. The point is it's skinny. There you go. So keep that in mind. But that said, if you want to put it into a notebook and close a notebook, it's going to get the job done really nicely. I really like how the Zebra emulsion ink writes, some of my favorite day-to-day ink. And this is the Zebra Fortia. And this is called the EM. And keep that in mind because there are other Zebras out there. I believe there's an EF, there's a plain Zebra Fortia, which we've reviewed in the past. There's a Fortia 300. It's a full line. They just don't have a lot of use here in the US, and you don't see them as much. So telling them apart isn't always the easiest task. And we'll compare that to the Zebra blend in 0.7 millimeter. Same ink, 0.5 versus 0.7 millimeter. 0.5 is good for day-to-day use, but it's on the thin side. I actually prefer the 0.7, or the 1.0 is really excellent. I don't have any handy, but it's easy to find. Just look for a refill called the EQ-1.0 millimeter, or I guess just 1.0, or EQ-0.7, and they'll run like maybe like $2-3 each. But yeah, the Zebra Fortia EM all metal capped hybrid pen, nice pickup on the thin side for day-to-day use, but an interesting addition to the Zebra Fortia line for me, so I'm glad I had a chance to pick it up. And that about covers it. To me, it comes across as more of a specialty pen because it is a little too skinny for me for day-to-day, but if you like skinny pens, then it could definitely get the job done. Thanks for watching.